In last week's video about our February expenses, we asked everyone to leave your questions in the comments below. We've gone through them, we've pulled out the questions, we've also found some questions from different blog posts we've written and things like that. So we're going to address those in today's video. Safety when you're camping. So babe, do you want to address that?
Sure. I think specifically I want to address boondocking. Because at RV campgrounds I always feel very safe. But when we're parking at a Walmart or a Cracker Barrel or doing dispersed camping out in the forest land, even street camping, safety is always a concern. And for me, it's all about following my instincts and how we feel. So when we roll up to a place, if the area doesn't seem safe, we won't stay there and we'll look for another area to go. And it's safety, I think, is a very personal thing.
Yes.
But also use your best judgment. If you're not comfortable staying somewhere, I would recommend moving on and finding a place that you are comfortable at. And ultimately, if a free campground or if a free camping option isn't available, I'm more than willing to spend the money to stay at a campground where I feel safe. And another thing I want to say about safety is if you are camping at a Cracker Barrel or a Walmart, we always go in to introduce ourselves to the manager. And that's a question we'll ask. Is it patrolled by security at night? Maybe sometimes patrolled by police. And is the area safe? With a Walmart, it's open 24 hours, so there are always people coming in and out. But with a Cracker Barrel, they close at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and the parking lot is dead silent. A lot of times we've had managers tell us, you'll be fine, we have security at night, or the police comes by. So that's also a great thing to do.
Now the next question is from Rebecca. She asked, I'm trying best to downsize my wardrobe in prep for full timing. How did you tackle this? Do you carry seasonal clothing and shoes and store some of those items, like your winter gear?
Excellent question, Rebecca. I would say one of my favorite things about transitioning from sticks and bricks home to living in an RV was getting rid of stuff. I probably got rid of 80% of my wardrobe. And that felt amazing. And I would say of the stuff that I have now, I maybe used 50% of it. But really the way I approached it was looking at how I plan to live in the RV, the places that we're going to go, and really figuring out what to keep based on that. So I knew going into this that I wouldn't have to go into an office anymore, so I didn't keep any office clothes. But really focusing on really good quality products. So a really nice heavy winter coat. I only kept one and got rid of the others. And really, making sure that when I do choose to keep something, that it can serve more than just one purpose.
Yep. And for me, I kept, some of my shoes. Mostly I wear sandals now, and most of my shoes go unworn. I have one belt, and it's an awesome belt. This thing is going to last me the rest of my life. But I wear it with everything. So I don't have a brown belt, a black belt, a dress belt and everything else. I get rid of all of that stuff. So to address the question about whether or not we store winter clothes or that, no. We actually keep everything we own in the RV. What we have found is that we now need to do spring cleaning because we brought way too much stuff. We don't wear all the clothes we brought or the shoes or everything else. So we need to go through and really downsize again.
We did pack for all seasons and most occasions. We have hiking gear, swim gear.
The one thing we have not really packed for is extreme cold. We don't have any plans to be in a place where it's that cold. If we are, we're going to have bigger problems with our RV. If we ever end up in a place like that and we don't have the gear that, one, we can always go out and buy a really good coat or what we need. But two, we can pack the RV up and head somewhere else where it's not as cold.
And one thing that's really helpful if you're able to do this is we parked our RV outside our home before we sold it for 2 months and lived out of it. And that gave us a really good idea of what we can bring, what we had room for, and we downsized even more from that before we left.
Yeah, and also be realistic when you're looking at all the stuff you want to pack. If you haven't used something in 6 months, a year, what is the likelihood that you're actually going to use it when you're in an RV? The next question is from Darren. We've gotten different forms of this question from a lot of people. So it's about, the question is where we camp during the month. So in this previous month of February, we spent 5 nights at RV parks, and he was asking if we could kind of elaborate on that.
Sure. So the 5 nights that we spent at RV parks were split between John Penn Camp in Key Largo and the Flamingo Campground down in the Everglades. The other 24 nights were split among casinos, Walmarts, and Cracker Barrels. So we did 11 nights at casinos. One of them actually had electric hookup, which was great, and we spent 4 nights there. They did have a 3-night limit with the possibility to extend at the end of 3 nights, so we were able to stay 4. And the second casino we stayed at was actually where Joe's mom and aunt were staying when they came out to visit us, and we spent 7 nights there. And the rest of the time we were floating around between Cracker Barrel and Walmart.
Yep, and it's all free parking, so both casinos were free. The electric hookups at the first casino were free. And we look for those as much as possible, again, to help offset the money that we're spending every month.
The All Stays Camp and RV app is actually one of our favorite tools to use to find free camping places such as the casinos and which Walmarts allow overnight parking, and also a lot of BLM campgrounds.
This next question is from one of our subscribers who has the most tongue-twisting name yet. It's from No Pro Go Pronto. Would you guys ever consider wrapping your RV with a specific company logo or ad for extra income?
Absolutely. Why not? I think our one requirement is the company we work with has to be a company that we support, meaning they have a product that we use and we like, and we like what the company is about, so that they have good customer service or that make a really good quality product. So we're definitely open to the opportunity. So if you know someone who would like to wrap our RV or put their name on it, have them contact us.
So the last question comes from Steven. Do you have room to do bulk buying at places like Costco? Yes, we do. We just wrote an article about that, and we'll link it here, about how we save money buying at Costco. We do go out and buy a lot of bulk items such as toilet paper, paper towels, non-perishable canned goods, and we have a lot of different nooks and crannies in the bays of the RV where we can kind of stick stuff. Some of the things that we'll use more often we'll actually keep inside the coach, and we love buying bulk at Costco. We buy a lot of our spices, our alcohol, coffee, I mean, you name it, we probably buy it from Costco.
So one thing to be careful with when buying bulk at Costco, especially in an RV, is your carrying capacity and not being overweight.
The other thing is we're also very careful about buying perishable items. So while we do like to buy their fruit and their vegetables, we don't buy too much at one time because it can go bad quickly and we don't eat that much stuff.
Hopefully you enjoyed our Q&A. If you have other questions, feel free to leave a comment below and we'll address it in our next Q&A.